actually.
Yeah.
All right, let me. Okay.
So, you know what? We'll start out with. Does everybody in here have Classic Client?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Let me put it this way. Does anybody not have Classic Client? Okay. Good. That is very good. So let's start out with going over some Classic Client options. Does everyone have a client open that they can open up the options? Or does anybody not have that? Get with the program, people. All right.
Options ready to go.
Yep. Roger that. So we're going to dive right in here. Everyone at the top, we're in the general tab. Okay. There's some, again, we're just going over some basics. There are other options in here you might want to look at, whatever, but these are things that are just good. So in general, we want to have auto open doors checked. Some people use smooth doors.
Wait a minute.
Lost
All
already.
right. Yeah, I'm lost already because I don't see that. I'm in options. I don't see no
So
damn
it's
doors.
the fourth checkbox down. Sorry.
I had a quick question though.
Sure.
I got another brother and my girl interested in this. Are you recording this at all?
I am not. This is for students only, Mac Daddy.
Yeah, I know. What?
No. We can figure something out, dude. But I'm not recording this. If someone else wants to, if you want to, like whatever, that's fine. I don't mind.
I'll see if Dex does.
Oh, you didn't see my live stream?
Are you live streaming?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, fucking A. That'd be cool, man. The more streamers,
Does it
the
make
better
sense for you to share
fun.
screen or something so you can show Panther and everyone else where those options are if they can't find them?
I suppose I could do that.
Is that a thing?
I think that's a thing. Would you guys prefer that? Here, let me see.
I was just taking notes, but
well, so I have this all written out, at least for the classic stuff. So if anyone's interested,
No, I found it.
Something.
I found it. It's under options, additional options. Sorry.
Additional options?
Oh, she's in Razor.
You're in Razor. No, we're in Classic Client.
Oh, well, let me open my paper doll then. Options. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go live here. Let's see if this works. I don't really stream in this at all.
I don't open my doors. I don't have it checked.
There's a share your screen tab down there. Probably.
Yeah, I think I'm live if everybody wants to join up. I mean,
Yep,
it's the same thing. I want you guys looking at your screens too. You know what I mean? I want you.
Yeah, they
like,
just got to select watch video.
Yeah. But I have a question regarding the auto doors.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You want that. You said check it.
Yes.
I believe in don't checking it because it's going to screw you in the end.
No. So this is actually good. Long and skinny. You can precast a spell, and if you have this option selected, you can go through the door without dropping the spell cast. If you don't have this option, you're forced to open the door and drop your spell cast.
All right.
So this is good.
Okay.
And that's why. So thank you for asking. That's good. And smooth doors, I'm not exactly sure, but I think some people do use those, but I'm not sure on that. Does anybody know?
I use it, but I don't know what the hell it does.
Okay. And there's a bit of science there, right?
It looks like smooth doors opens up both doors if there's double doors.
Oh.
That's what it looks like.
What's that? Smooth doors?
Yeah, I just enabled it, and I'm at the bank in Westbrit, and it opens both doors when you walk through either one door, rather than just opening the door that you're trying to walk through. Perhaps.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah. We'll do a little testing with that.
Cool.
Good stuff. All right.
I go back to that.
So that's the auto open doors. Okay.
All right.
Moving right along. This stuff is super clutch. I don't know if you don't have this on. I don't know how you're doing it. So show HP is very good. I use line. Some people do both or percentage. I just like line because it's just kind of, you get used to seeing it. These little lines you see underneath everyone, that's their health bars. So if I get fucking hit, like I'm going to force my mare to beat me up. Whoa, shit. So you see how my health, like I can just see that I'm getting low without having to look at my bars necessarily. Everyone sees that? Anyhow, so you can do percentage, and I do always. Some people do less than 100, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Super handy. Highlight by state. This is super key. So if someone gets poisoned, they turn green, or you can change the colors, but paralyzed is the red default. I don't like that because there's already reds out there. So sometimes it's hard to tell if a red is paralyzed. So I changed mine to purple, but you can use whatever. And then invulnerability, I don't think it's on the shard. I don't think it matters, but whatever. And show incoming new mobiles. So like when they come onto your screen, you'll see their names. Like that's just super good. I think most people have that by default.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I'm not sure what's default or not. I'm just reading off what's good. Yeah, aura under feet is super clutch. Super duper good. I mean, I guess it's a preference thing, but I don't know. You can tell like if someone goes gray or something, their aura under their feet will change color. You know, they'll be blue if they're blue. I don't know. It's just it makes it easier to identify. It gives it almost like an arcade like feel. Anyhow, moving along. Like my state, mobiles. This stuff, whatever. Save health bars on logout. That's good. You'll understand later. But when you're fighting and you see a lot of the same people, you can just keep their bars off to the side, like this stuff. And I don't know, it's just good. The same with enemies. Like if you have certain guys you see on the field all the time or whatever. Grid loot. I just recently started using this. It's super good. If you're going to be PvPing and like say you kill someone, if you have grid loot up, you can loot that person quicker than someone who doesn't.
Hold on. Yeah.
So again, this is a preference thing, but if you're serious about like dropping someone and taking their scrolls or something, you know, if you want to get after it, you're going to want grid loot and another option I'm going to show you later.
It's really good for looting your own corpse too.
Anything. Yeah, any player corpse. So this isn't good for PVM. Like anything PVM it doesn't really work on, but for players it's super sweet, including yourself. Good point.
Yeah, because it only shows what's in the main bag, not what's in the container bags.
Oh, okay.
I'll note
Yeah.
on that also. It's because I know you are new to it, Dell.
Mhm.
That it is much quicker for looting the first couple of items. After that, it starts doing this weird glitch where you pick up the item and it goes to the back and loot them. So the first few items, it's a lot faster. But if you have a bunch of items, it's double click to loot.
I'm not going to put the grid up yet. Till I'm 100% with it.
That's okay. Yeah, whenever you're ready. Again, it's a preference thing.
All right.
It's also great for seeing things that might be hidden under a box or under.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like basically you can, if you're looking for scrolls, you're looking for HC, you can spam right through and like see and go for it and avoid anything you don't want. So, I don't know, it's good. Show target range indicator. This thing's sweet. Shows your range. So like you see on my mouse, it has the range on it. That's really handy. So you know like, oh, someone's like just out of range or whatever. So that's pretty sweet. Enable drag select to open health bars. This one's super key. So you see all these people here? If I wanted to, I could just hold shift here. And I do humanoids only because I don't care about people's pets on this character. Boom. It's just anybody's bars that I don't already have over here. It just pulls them. So this is good for enemies. It's good for friends. Just people. Just
I just
everybody.
have yeah. I just have enabled drag select and then select humanoids only. I don't have like for the modifier key. I don't use it. I just drag it on the screen with my cursor.
Yeah,
Is
that's fine.
Is that
It's
okay?
preference. No, it doesn't make a difference. Just the drag select feature, like just to be able to pull
Yeah.
bars,
All right.
because that's one of the first things you're going to do in a real encounter is pull
Oh,
bars.
definitely, yeah.
And if you don't have that, then you're like, oh, let me get this person. Let me get this person. Like, you know, it's way less.
Those were the days. We've all done that.
Yeah. I mean, until that feature came out, that's what we all did.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but that feature is out, so that's what we do. And then this terrain stuff too. That's pretty good. I mean, again, that's more of a preference thing, but it's pretty handy, especially when you're running in the jungle and stuff.
Oh,
combined with some other stuff we'll get into soon. So that's all we have for the general tab. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody okay here?
yeah, I am.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward stuff, but it's super helpful if you take advantage of it. Anyhow, there's nothing in sound, nothing in video. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys 2 macros that are super duper sweet. This might be a bit more trade secret, but take note. This stuff's super sweet. So this, names on off. Set a macro for that. That leaves all these names up. I'm not sitting here holding Control V or whatever. Like it's just up, and you can just toggle it. Boom.
Just make a new.
So this is great for field fighting when you just know where everybody is. You can see their names on their heads at all times. It's just super good. Another one is circle trans. So use this when combined with like tree stomps and vegetation and stuff. It's like pretty clean. And then normally like in here, I want circle trans so I can see the books or whatever. But when I'm out in the field, I disable. You always want to disable because you want to see like what's coming up. If you have circle trans, you might miss a stump, and when you're in the heat of the battle, and it hangs you up just that little bit, that's the difference.
Could you go back to that last one?
Sure. Yeah. Names on off. Here, I'll post some screenshots here in the chat so everyone has them.
And what I just learned is that you could do the create macro button, and it creates a shortcut to it outside of that, so you don't have to assign a hotkey to it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
That's awesome.
That's some advanced stuff, man. But yeah.
I don't understand it, but that's okay.
So
We have to make that though, is what you're saying, correct?
yeah, and you can make it whatever key you want. The point is this
All names, right?
macro itself. No, names on off. I just put it in the chat here.
Quick thing with the names on off. It's
Sure.
chucking up all of the like objects as well, like chairs, stacks of gold, spellbook. all the
Great question. Yep. So actually right here, it has this little options thing. And this is normally with whatever all names, whatever the regular all names is. So you can toggle it to whatever you want, and you can still toggle it on and off. So when it's off, that goes away. When it's back, it comes up. So you can set it to everything, or yeah, I use mobiles and corpses because I want to see people's names and I want to see who dies.
Yeah, usually you have to hold down Control Shift.
Or whatever hotkey you have set to, yeah.
Yeah, just by default, I think it's Control Shift.
Correct. Yep. Exactly. So this is super helpful. Like I sometimes you turn it off when there's like a lot of dragons, there's a lot of stuff going on, whatever. You turn it off, it's like way cleaner. You know, it's like okay, and you can kind of make out what's going on anyway. Because when there's a ton of dragons, you know, it's a little bit of a pain. But typically, when you're out in the field, whatever, you know, there's like 5-10 people out there. Like you're good.
Let me make a.
Yeah, you don't got to make them right now. You can make them whenever. Again, they're in the chat, so just cook them up at some point. So, and obviously there's a billion more macros you can make, but just those 2 are awesome.
All right.
Let's go down to the speech section. This one's actually, it's a preference thing, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty handy. Shift enter to send message. Active chat when pressing enter. So like without that option, when you type something to someone, you just start spamming spells and you know, it's whatever. If you hit enter, blah, 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 and then, you know, you get it out. It's a preference thing, but if you're in the field and you want to like talk some shit to someone or you're talking to your friend or whatever you're doing and it sets off a spell and you get caught off guard, you know, that could be the difference. That could be you getting a late start on a spell.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So it's handy and it's just, yeah. Feel free to not use that and just not type to people too, like whatever you want to do.
Well, I was using the button to turn them on, off, and on. The hotkeys off and on.
Oh no, yeah, that's garbage. Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. This one's way preferred. That was the old way, right? Like
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah. No, but that's what you had to do, right? Like if you don't want to just start babbling your spells off while you're typing to someone.
Yep.
You know. Okay. Going to the next section here, combat spells.
Ugh.
3 in particular here we're interested in. Query before attack. The second one down, you want that disabled. If you're a red, if you're a blue, that's up to you. I roll with it off, but that can bite you in the ass. You can just, accidentally have be in attack mode and, attack your buddy and get guard whacked in town or whatever.
It's on you.
But it's up to you. Yeah, whatever. But I would recommend turning it off just because, if you're realistic about fighting and shit, like, you're going to want to throw down. Cast spells by 1 click is nice. It's these spells over here. So, like, instead of having to double click the spell, you can just single click. I just single clicked right there. Believe it or not.
And it's faster, correct?
Yeah, you're not clicking spells too much over here, right? But we all know these spells are a little bit like slow to react sometimes. Like a little.
Right.
It doesn't register. If you change it to single click, it just makes it that little bit easier, a little bit quicker.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Not that you'd be clicking spells in PvP anyway that much, but whatever. And show buff duration. Where's that one?
You're in the wrong tab.
Oh,
Combat spells.
where'd it go? Show buff duration is pretty sweet. So usually when you cast a spell on yourself, you see it and it just is there, but now it shows a timer and it ticks down. It's a little bit buggy sometimes, but for the most part, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
So definitely recommend that because then I don't know, just so you know what you have and whatever.
Mhm.
Next is counters. Okay. Does anybody not use counters? Not understand these?
I use them.
You do use them?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They're very helpful.
In case anyone doesn't know, like you want those enabled because then you can have this bar and you can set it to whatever rows or columns you want. You could set it, long ways on the side, whatever you want to do. And you basically just drag like, I want to do red pots. I would take my red pots and put it on a thing. And it keeps a count. So obviously you would want your regs, your potions, your bandages. If you're an archer, you got your arrows and bolts. Some people do I don't know, other things I'm sure, but this is great. You get scrolls. Some people do scrolls, especially in elf season. Nothing wrong with that. So counters are sweet. Info bar, this is really sweet. It's this little thing down here. It's whatever. Just like at a glance, if you're kind of low or you're just curious, am I commonly I'll look at this if you're talking the difference with strength pots and weakens. I'm sure we'll cover that way more extensively, but basically there's 3 different tiers of like strength that you can have at any given time. So it's like if you want to know how buffed you are or whatever, you can just look down at a glance and you would know, if I was like right now I'm at 109, that's because I'm blessed. If I drink a strength pot, go to 118. And I know that like if I go to 118, I'm fully blessed. So I do 1 weaken, 107. 1 weaken, 96. 1 more weaken, I'm at 87. All the way down. And look at that. I'm under stam right now. So if someone is out there and they do 3 weakens on me, all of a sudden I'm running, boom, I'm out of stam. Whatever. Going on a tangent.
No, that's good. I didn't know that you could stack some of those buffs. I just imagine them being like a one-time thing.
Yeah. It's easy to forget that, but it's once you learn it, it's kind of hard to unlearn it too. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself there, but did everybody understand what I just said there? Like what was just covered? Yeah, that shit's cash money. You can take that to the bank. Like so in theory, you would need 3 weekends to fully weaken someone if they're out there and serious about it. Anyhow, back to the counter info bar. Containers. This one's sick. Double click to loot items inside containers. So if you combine this with the grid loot, you can loot super quick, certain items with some limitations, like Mac Daddy said, I guess. Again, I'm newer to this feature, But it's definitely a game changer in terms of getting the booty. So, yeah, decent.
All right.
All right. So that's all the classic UO stuff I wanted to cover up.
Hey man, so but going back to the containers and that double click to loot. So like I use Razor Agent to loot shit that I already kind of put in that little drop down. So how does that kind of affect those two things? Like which one's a better way to loot something, Razor or inside UO?
Oh, yeah, good question. So it's not a better here; it's both, right? So you can use a Razor restock agent or something like that, and you could use this to essentially double click an item. Here, let me see if I can find an elf or something.
You know where there's one.
Well, there was one. Oh, he's still here. That son of a gun. All right. Nobody come here.
I know where you're at. You by my home.
Yeah, me too.
Fudgy nugs. You guys are going to watch me kill an elf. This is part of your education, damn it.
I'm about to go steal it.
Hell no, dude.
Class dismissed. We on it.
No. Wait a minute. What was the question? Oh, the looting thing. Yeah. You want both, right? So, so the restock, yeah, it'll grab anything that you tell it to, right? But what about, I don't know, you want to take some dude's axe off his body because he's a Dexer and you want to disable him, or, whatever. You want to be able to run up on that corpse, open it, and immediately just like, boom, like grab what you want to grab. And the restock won't capture that.
Wow.
So sometimes you want to restock stuff, sometimes you don't. And for PvP, the grid loot seems to be a quicker way to get the stuff you want faster. Like I can already tell you, in the 2 or 3 days I've been using it, I've gotten fudge. Oh no.
Let's go jumping, boys.
Snap.
Come on now. My next stables. Let's get there.
All right, so check this out. Boom. So it opens it up. Now this clown didn't have anything on him. What the hell? Normally it would have something here, whatever. So you open that up. Oh, I want that stuff. So I'm gonna restock agent that. No biggie. But on a player, they would have the grid here, and you could like just boom, double click. Oh, here's his axe. Boom, double click. Oh snap!
Oh shit, that's legit. All right, so the double click grid is for the corpse. Restock agents for packs or shit inside the corpse.
Double click grid is only good for PvP. In fact, the grid doesn't even work on PVM, and that's why I couldn't even show you, really what it does there.
I got you.
Because what it does is it actually lists what's on the corpse, not what's in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's in Razor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't use that, but yeah, I've heard people like that, and it's a good one.
Del, I'm also pretty sure that if you have that double click enabled, you can double click out of containers also, not just grid loot. So when that corpse container is open, if you still have the axe in there or something that you didn't loot and you want it, instead of dragging it, you can double click it in the container as well.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, I'm going to show you something I forgot here. Although I don't know if I can do it. Oh, they're going to chomp me up, dude. No way. I'm not doing that right now. Hold on. I can kill a starling. I think I can handle that. Oh man, there's nothing on it. And Snake's gonna have it. Dang it. Yeah, it's not gonna cut it. I need a bag to show you guys because there's one more piece of it that's really, really, really cool. Super duper cool. I'm gonna go into the painted cave. If you guys have never been here, a cave troll. Class.
Yes,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, class dismissed. Wow. We're getting lucky tonight here. All right, nobody come here. Dang it. Hold on. I just need to kill like anything that's going to drop me like a thing. Like a bag. Jesus, silver serpent. No. Yes, this thing. You, come here, you. All right. Bag. Look, set loot bag. That loot bag allows you to, when you double click something in the grid loot, it'll go to that bag. So you can combine it. What you can do is set a restock. The restock goes to one bag. The double click goes to that bag or another bag, whatever bag you want it to go to. How sick is that shit? So even for PVM, you can, cub or whatever you can put in one bag, and then all your restock, gold, jewels, whatever, you can put in another bag.
All right.
Anyhow, I'll try to get back to my house, even though it's probably not safe with that ranger. Actually, it's a little messy right now. We'll go somewhere else. Oh, jeez, Louise. What is this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, watch out there, Del.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up there, buddy.
I didn't know you were recalling there. I was actually focused here to ban people.
Cool. Thank you. Anyhow. Okay, Razor, yeah. It's Razor time, guys. Let's see. Okay.
Let me get into
Does everyone pull up their Razor? We're going to cover some stuff. Again, there's more stuff. We're just kind of covering that fundamental, just kind of groundwork stuff that you can build off of. Does anybody not have their Razor up?
Mine is up.
Beauty. Okay. We'll start with general. There's nothing here. We're going to go to options. Okay, my ordering might be a little out of order, but just bear with me, right? So options, we're going to go to targeting and queues sub-tab. And you guys can see this still, right?
No.
Nope,
you
you
don't have it
can't
at
see
that top.
Razor.
Oh, you can't see it?
Yeah, you need to go to general and set it as your desktop, like so you can see it at the same time.
You know what? Just stay along with me here. Just play along, because I wanted you guys looking at your screens anyway, not mine. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. Oh, okay. These ones are clutch here. Attack target name overhead and show text target indicator. The two bottom checkboxes there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are super good. Would highly recommend. The attack target name overhead basically will show you who your targets are. See how it's like, oh, boom, he's my target now. So it flips through. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So
nice. Okay.
Which tab is it?
That's options, and then the targeting and queues sub-tab.
Got it.
Yeah. It's super handy. It's just, I don't know, you just know who your target is a little bit cleaner. And it goes for, like right now I'm just cycling, right? But like, say I wanted to, I don't know, throw a heal on Flostradamus or something. Now he's my target. Even if I didn't even hit him. Like say I'm over here, I have an E-bolt loaded, I'll click on Flostradamus. Boom. He's still set as my target, and it tells me he's my target, even though I didn't actually hit him with the spell. We'll get into some more stuff like that later. So yeah, anyhow, that's good stuff. Moving right along. We're going to go to, in Razor, the options. We're going to go to the speech and messages sub-tab. So right next to where we are on the left.
Mm-hmm.
There's two options there. This is kind of preference, but it's really, really good. If you go to the bottom right, there's two checkboxes. Show damage dealt and show damage taken. I don't do overhead. I don't really recommend it. But anyhow, what this does is any damage that happens, if you look at my screen here, boom, 7 damage. It pulls it up there, and that also shows in your journals for any of you journal hounds out there. What this is really good for is the next thing I'm going to show you, which is screenshots. So in Razor, we're going to go to the screenshots tab, and on the bottom right there, there's 2 checkboxes. We're going to want capture death of other players and capture your own death, both selected. I changed the time to 0.2 seconds after, but whatever works for you.
Okay, 0.2 seconds.
So the combination of this with the damage from the last thing we just looked at there, you'll be able to look at your kill shots and your death shots and be able to tell what kind of damage has occurred. What state, if you died, you could check what state you're in, how high your strength was, perhaps, things like that. So yeah, really, really good for just getting some info, like kind of after the fact. Plus you can, rub it in, show it off to your buddies that, oh, I dropped this dude or whatever. So little bragging rights there. But realistically, it's really good for recaps. A couple times recently, it's like, oh, how they pull that off, and it's like, oh, you go back to the we call it the footage. You go back to the screenshot, you can see, oh shit, I actually hit you, not him, or whatever, things like that. So, and things like that, they make you feel better. It's like, oh, we didn't just get completely chump moded. We misdumped, which, okay, we can fix that. We understand how that can happen. You were just healing me. It happens. So, yeah, really good for, kind of recapping and going back and learning from what happens in fights. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Cool. Moving right along here. So we're going to go to the display/counters tab.
Okay.
This one's very, very huge. If you don't already use this stuff's going to blow your mind. Go to the overhead messages tab. This is banging. So I'm just going to post a screenshot of what I have configured here, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of like understanding for any of you that aren't using this. So you want to right click or select the enabled in the top left corner there. Basically what you do is you go to search and you would type in, say, you have been stunned. You hit search. It pulls up 2 things that it could be. Colossal blow, we don't have that here. Okay, so we know that it's this other one. You would select that number, you would click add, and then you would type in whatever overhead message you want and select what color you want that to pop up in. What does that mean? It means that anytime you say you get stunned, you could have something pop up that says you are stunned. Or anytime your concentration is broke when you're casting a spell, it'll say spell broke in red. Or anytime, let's say you have a stun mage and you want to make sure you are loading your stuns. You can have something pop up when you load your stun, when you get off a stun, when your stun is gone, whether you turn your stun on or off. You can have all different kinds of messages, and they just pop up right over your head without you having to do anything. They're triggered by the text that you specify.
Del, is there a string for opponent stunned? Like once you've stunned someone else? What's that string?
Stunned and paralyzed. Paralyzing blow, that is. Yes.
So I looked up just the word stunned and it didn't come up, except the already stunned. Your opponent's already stunned. Is there a different text?
So here's the thing. What you would need to do is look up what the message is. So, for example, on my screen here, let's say I want to... I can't do anything with this character, really. Here. Spell broke. So what that's saying is your concentration is disturbed. You see in the journal there? So what you would do is type in the search bar that message, that system message, your concentration. Hit search. Boom. And there you go. So it has to, it's not like it's not a super robust search function. It needs to be exactly what the system message dictates.
I got you. Yeah, I think I was looking up stunned past tense, and the message is you successfully stun, STUN. So
No. Well, so for example, if you
just
search
search
"you
stunned,
have
it shows
been," if you search "you have been,"
right,
stunned, that has stunned in it. So it's definitely, it's a thing.
That's you though. I'm saying if your opponent though. If I'm trying to overhead the message on my opponent, it's you successfully stun STUN.
Yes.
Opponent.
So when you stun someone, there will be a specific system message. And if you paralyzing blow someone, meaning if you're using a spear and you paralyzing blow, which is effectively the same thing as stun, but it's technically a different thing, it has a different system message.
Yep, got it. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, if you just typed in stun, it does have the opponent's already stunned, and it has the other option for you have been stunned. So it does have the both on there.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's a long list, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
there's 4 of them. Yeah, so there is your opponent is already stunned, you have been stunned, and
Yeah.
you cannot
So-
use this ability while stunned. So
On that same token, right? Like, okay, I want to do it on stun. Look how many things there are for stun. There's what, like, I don't know, 20 different things. You want specifics. So open up your journal, do a little research, do a little testing, see what it is you want to be messages. I just threw a couple examples out there that are pretty sweet. Depending on what your build is and what you're doing, you're going to want different ones. So, but yeah, overhead messages is definitely super duper legit. If anyone's interested, I have a bunch already configured that could be set up or whatever on different characters. If you're curious and you're not sure what to look for, you can't figure it out, feel free to reach out for help.
yeah.
Is there a list of the hues just because the setting game isn't working?
It's not working for you. So that is going to be. Gosh, I haven't done it in a while.
No, he needs to highlight the text line to the left in the bottom box, and then click Set Hue.
Oh, does that do it?
And then an in-game hue window will pop up if he selects Set Hue after he clicks Edit. Or I think
you have to click on the original text.
Wasn't actually changing the hue after doing it. So I selected new color, just then doesn't actually change it. That's pretty relevant right now. So.
Well, yeah. So yeah, if you highlight it in the little bottom right box, and then set hue and select in game, it should pop up the little paint indicator or whatever.
That's what's happening. It just won't then change it. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
I'll play around with it some other time. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all good. That's weird. Worked fine for me here. What Razer version are you on there, bud?
1.6.8.15.
Yeah. Okay, that's the latest, as far as I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm on. Okay. Yeah, we can troubleshoot that later or something. But yeah, this stuff's super keno, and you could just put random hues in there and get lucky too.
Sometimes it's buggy, and the hue window appears behind the Razer window. So you have to move Razer out of the way, and then you'll see it there behind it.
Oh. And if you're running 3 clients, sometimes I get confused and it goes to the other client and I'm on the wrong one.
Huh. Yeah, that's definitely happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm liking this message thing.
Oh yeah, it's super, super, super.
The things I could write. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little bit of profanity in some of mine. Not these ones, but. Anyhow, moving right along. So this one's really, 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 really important. Like you basically can't really go out into a field fight without it. So we're gonna go to the friends tab here.
Oh boy, the friends list.
Yeah. So there's a couple checkboxes. We want the treat party members as friends. That's super clutch. 2 below that, the next previous target ignores friends. Want that. And auto accept party invites from friends. That's it's a preference, but come on, who are you kidding? If some friend of yours is sending you an invite, you're gonna invite it, or you're gonna accept it. If you want to type it every time, that's up to you. But come on, let's be real. In the middle there's a enabled. Does anybody here not have friends list like configured and not familiar with it?
Totally totally know it.
I mean, it's okay. You know, this stuff's like kind of newer. But this is super important. So if you don't have a friends list, you just, make a name for one, enable it, set those options, and then show overhead tag is also a good option. I do recommend that. Because what that does is when someone comes on screen with that other option that we had, show incoming names, in conjunction with that, if someone's a friend of yours, it'll show friend over their head. So you just immediately know, like a bright green friend over someone is like, oh, I don't have to worry about this person.
Just don't do what I've done.
Which is?
Add friends by the stable, and you have like the stable master, your friends, and everybody's your friends.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do that. Now, what you're also going to want to do is we're going to switch over here to the hotkeys tab real quick. And we're going to scroll down in the hotkeys section. And we're going to go to the friends section. There's 4 different things here. I just use add target to and have that set. So what that does is it just opens a prompt. I can click on someone, boom. Now they're a friend of mine. Actually, I needed to get them friended, so that works. And now see, boom, he's added to my friends list. This is how I do it. Most people have that set up as well. But some people also like to use add all mobiles or add all humanoids. This is pretty good if you're in PVM, if you're doing a champ or something and you're grouped up with 15 people and all their dragons and whatever, and you just want to friend everything all at once, you can do that. I don't like it because I think you can get some accidentes with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, do not to recommend but whatever, up to you. If you want to live on the edge, it's your life. I could tell you to do it. But yeah, so what does this mean? The friends list with the other options we just selected. Treating party members as friends. Obviously this be treated as a friend. Next previous target ignores friends. So we'll get there in just a sec. What do we have here? Oh yeah. Well, real quick. Sorry, I went a little out of order here. We're going to go to the agents tab real quick. There's one agent called Use Once. We're going to go to that Use Once. What is Use Once for? It is for popping pouches. You're popping your poppers. So what you do is you get a pouch, you cast your spell to trap it, because we're all responsible PvPers and we all have poppers. Why wouldn't we? Some magic trap. We pop up. All right, now I'm all trapped up. Now, with my Use Once agent, I'm going to add target, and I'm going to select one of these guys. Boom. Now, what I can do is bind the Use Once agent to a hotkey. And that hotkey will go through that list of what's in the Use Once agent. And I'll use it once and move to the next. So right now...
So if you have 20 of those pouches, you could use it once 20 times, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So like right now, boom, I just added that guy with add target. Added that guy. So right now, boom, this guy's number 2. This guy's number 1. So when I pop a pouch, boom, this guy, I flipped it or something. This guy, what the heck? What did it do? Oh, I double added or something. Anyhow, what the heck? This is like bugged up. I don't know. It's having trouble like parsing or whatever. But anyhow, now they're not used once at all because I popped them all.
All right.
but it uses them down the line, right? So I'm gonna re-add them. Add target. Add target. And same thing. Boom, boom. What you can also do is say you have a bunch of pouches. Say your enemy's using paralyze, spamming you all the time, which happens. And you need, 10 of these bad boys. You throw them in a container. You can click that add container button and click the container that has all them in it, and it'll just add everything in the container.
All right.
So that's super handy too. All right. So
you could put 10 pouches in a bag and have them add once in that bag, correct? Instead of having 10 pouches in your backpack.
Oh, so
like, what I'm trying to say is how messy your bag is right there.
Oh, come on.
All right, I'm a woman. Leave me alone. All right, okay, whatever. So I could have just a regular bag, and I could have 10 pouches in that bag already set for
to be popped. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm going to click add container and click on this guy. Boom. It just added both of these to my use once. So if I had 10 in here, it would add all 10 at once. And what that does is like when I'm out and about, I need to pop one, boom, pops. Oh, and it even tells you one item left. It even tells you exactly what's in there. Boom, another one. Look at that. Look how sick that is. 0 items left. I'm out of poppers. I know. So the message just came up. That's spooky. I'm going to rearm these because I do recommend they carry poppers. And you set up a use once and use it because that'll get you out of the paralyze spam.
Yes.
And even a single paralyze, my buddy right in front of me the other day, he didn't have a mana drain wand, he didn't have a popper, he didn't have nothing. A thief paralyzed him because he was gray, ran up and stole his HC. He stood there for a solid 5-6 seconds, and my buddy didn't know what to do. He couldn't do anything. He didn't have nothing. What are you gonna do?
He violated him.
Right in front of all of us. Dude, I was laughing.
He violated him.
All right, so moving right along. Everyone use that. That is like, you need that.
I'm a little confused though. I missed the part I think with all the buttons on how you're adding all this. So I see the agents.
Yep.
There's the agents tab.
We're gonna get right to that right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
So that's why sorry. It's a little out of order. But so with what the last 2 things we just covered here was the use once agent, which sets the poppers, and the friends list. Okay. We're gonna go back to the macros tab now. Hotkeys. Sorry, hotkeys.
All right.
We're going to the hotkeys. This is where all the magic happens. So in hotkeys, we go to the friends. That's where you can add the friends. The other one is where the heck is that? Agents. You expand agents. Any of the agents you can set to a hotkey. So the use what's agent, I have mine set to F5. You can set it to whatever the heck you want. So that's my popper. So if I see I'm about to get paralyzed or something like that, boom, I just hit that F5 and I keep running.
Whoa.
Well, okay, so that's what you did a hotkey for add use once container, and then anything in that container is in your poppers list or poppers agent.
So I don't even have a hotkey to add to the agent. I just do it manually every time because I'm a bum like that. I just have a hotkey for the use once agent.
Okay.
Dow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got it? Yeah. Okay, never mind. We got it.
Cool. Yeah, so what that does, the use once agent hotkey, that pops. That's the popper. So you can spam it if you need to. You can do whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think there is a hotkey to add to the use once agent, but I just don't have it.
You can.
Well, how were you adding it then? I didn't. That's where I'm a little confused here. How are you adding?
In the agents tab. So in agents, hit the drop down on the left there. Scroll all the way to the bottom.
Oh, I see. That's where all the buttons are. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, target. And you could set a hotkey with that.
Yeah. But I just do it manually because, again, like all I do is throw my poppers into a container and then just hit add container.
All right.
And it's bada
Rock
bang,
on.
you know? Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's some really juicy nuggets. You guys ready for this? No? Okay.
I'm ready, John.
I'm ready as hell. I was just chewing my food.
Yeah, beauty.
I'm ready.
All right, so let's minimize the hotkeys. We're still on the hotkeys tab, right? We're gonna minimize. What's the word for that? There's a technical term.
Disable, enable.
Collapse and collapse. What's the other one? Collapse and expand. Yes. Thank you. It's bugging me. Anyhow, so in the hotkey section, who was that? Who called that out?
Oh, that was Biker.
Biker? That was Miller. Thank you, Miller. You sound similar to Beaker.
I just picked the name in the list. I don't know who did it.
All right, so in hotkeys, go down to the target section.
There. Expand it.
Yeah, expand the targets. And we are going to expand non-friendly targets. No, sorry. Which one? No. All the way down. Scroll all the way down. And you see target self, right?
Yeah.
Everybody seeing that target self?
Mhm.
You want target self. Target self is clutch. You're also going to want set last target. It's about 5 up from that. That one's really good. We'll get into more of that stuff later, but basically what that one does is it allows you to set your target before you can hit your target. So, allow me to demonstrate here. Oh gosh. It's a PK. Hi. Can I show the class something to my friends?
Well, that's me, by the way. Yeah, go for it.
What? Yeah.
He's in our class.
What was I showing? Oh, so here's his name, right? You see his name right here? So, look, I'm off screen. I can't see his name, right? But I cast a spell. I definitely can't target him right now. Like, if I cast a spell, it's not going to hit him. But what I can do is set last target. Right now, I hit my set last target hotkey. And then I click on him. I have my spell still. Did everybody see that? Can you see my icon?
That's fucking clutch.
This is insanely clutch. I'm going to show it again.
Do that again.
Real quick. Okay, so here, look. I cast Magic Arrow, and I have my cursor, right? I'm going to hit a hotkey. I have set last target. You see in the bottom left, it says target a new target. I'm going to click on his name. And again, he can be off screen like a little bit. Like he's way out of range right now, but his life bar is still up. So I can set that, right? So I have him set, but I still have my spell set. You don't drop your spell cursor because it's a razor versus a client.
Okay.
So I just got rid of that right there. We'll get into more of that stuff later when we get into targeting and stuff like that. But just trust me, you want that hotkey to something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Not now. I'll do it though. With the
Cool.
class.
What a friendly little PK, man.
What a good guy. He gets a star for the day.
Yeah, that guy's all right. So yeah, set last target. That'll come in a lot handier later when you're getting more into group stuff and yeah, you'll see it. But trust me, just get used to that. I have mine set to spacebar. That's how much I use that thing. You want to use it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Moving up.
I've tried that and I'm gonna have to learn how to use it the proper way because It doesn't. Go ahead.
So it's also the kind of thing that's not for everyone. In
Right.
fact, I generally cycle. I'm guilty. Some
Mhm.
people, would cry bloody murder over that, but I cycle. I'm more of a cycler,
Right.
and I'm quick at cycling, and we'll talk about that in a sec.
Mhm.
But it's also really good to do for like healing, and it is good for if you're in a big group fight and you have the time to set it ahead of time. My problems with it is that, if you set a last target and then you're switching target, you don't know where you're going to be cycling to.
Okay.
So, but then of course you would just click on the name, but also I don't like clicking on name bars. So yeah, you'll find what works best for you. I'm just showing you guys stuff.
I know you are.
Moving up here. So previous humanoid target. I'm scrolling up. Okay. We're about 6 up. It's previous humanoid target.
Okay.
And a little bit about 6 up from that is next humanoid target. So
Okay.
previous humanoid and next humanoid. That's your bread and butter. When I say I'm cycling through, those are your 2 keys that you're basically using to cycle through humanoids. How does this work? Let's tie this back, okay? We go back to our friends tab real quick. We have our treat party members as friends, and we have next previous target ignores friends. Right? So we tie that in. We go back to what we're doing here. Where the heck was that? It was hotkeys. We're cycling through. So we're cycling through right now. I'm holding my cycle key. I'm not touching a single one of these dudes. Why? Because it comes on the screen. I'm going to cycle to it immediately.
All right.
It's going to target that person, and it's going to cycle through any targets that aren't my friends.
All right. You're breaking
what's
up a little
good?
bit to me.
Oh, am I? Sorry.
I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, for a minute he did, but I understood.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Did everyone was everyone understanding there? Like what? So we're tying into what we were covering with the friends list before. This allows you to cycle through previous. Well, most people just use next for the most part, but you want next and previous because if you're going to be cycling, which you're going to cycle to some extent no matter what, you want to be able to go back and forth because it does go in like order.
Could you disable the friends list and cycle through and show what it looks like?
Very good point. So what you can do too, I just disabled my friends list. I went to the friends tab and disabled my friends list. So all these people that are on my friends list, that friends list is still on. So look, I'm cycling through. Boom. And I just hold it down. You can set it to a mouse wheel. You can set it to a shift mouse wheel. You can set it
that
to a
one's
key.
going on my gas pedal and my brake pedals. Actually, I use that for macros sometimes.
Nice.
Wait, what?
You got a driver set up?
Well, you can use your feet too, guys. It's really effective.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people have racing setups, driver setups, and stuff.
Dale, what do you set? What do you set it to?
I have mine set to shift 4 and shift 5, but dude, don't go off my hotkeys, please. I mean, you could try, but I don't recommend it. My hotkeys are janky. People have way better sets up.
What are the 2 things to cycle? Set next target?
Oh, here. Yeah. No, this is important. You want to get these, 100%. So we're on the hotkeys tab. We scroll all the way down. We're talking here. Previous humanoid target. It's about, 10 or 15 up from the bottom.
Okay.
And about 6 up from that is next humanoid target. It's humanoid target. That's important. It's specific. You got to hit that because we're talking PvP here, player versus player. We're talking humanoids. Now, some people, this is for cycling, right? So you guys, if you can see my screen, boom, 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 boom. And now I can go back, boom, 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 boom. And say I can see the name popping up over my head, so I know. Oh, some of the caller calls it out. Oh, I want Salt Miner. That motherfucker, I'm cycling through. Oh, man. Oh, I have him. I can cycle back. You can control it. So this is super duper good. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to this in the field, say it's there's 4 of them or whatever. You can cycle through 4 real quick. So when your caller's calling a target, you cycle right through. You're not hitting your own buddies because they're on your friends list. You're hitting only enemies. And yeah, this is how when callers are calling the drop, they're calling targets. This is how you're getting it. Combination of this and set last target on the name. Correct. And that's super important because it'll be like caller calls it, everyone load up. And you already have name bars. Okay. Oh, this person's the enemy. Boom. Set last target. Click it. I still have my spell. It's a spooky thing because you think, oh, I'm going to drop my spell. Because he's out of line of sight or whatever. But it stays. And you get used to that feeling.
I almost loaded up when you said that.
Sure. Yeah, you can. So what this isn't actually dropping the spell. It isn't attacking anyone. It's simply targeting. Yep. And remember that. So you see the target over their heads right here. Let me turn this off. So when I'm cycling through, I have that target thing. Boom. That's my target. No, he's my target. Boom. He's my target. And it says their name. So, this is how the PvPers are pulling targets. And this is how they're able to get to the drop. And when they say, okay, Arcanius is target, you're already loaded up. You already cycled through. Boom, Arcanius. All right, 2-1 drop. Boom, last target. Just last target. You already got him targeted. You already know what you're hitting. You're not clicking name bars. You're not dropping the spell. You're not second guessing. And you already know who everyone is because you got all the names up. And you're cycling through anyway. You already know. Oh, they want to switch it up? Oh, I know. Okay, boom. Switch it right up. So, next and previous humanoid target in conjunction with the friend stuff we covered. Super, super huge. Target self, all the way at the bottom. You want that for heals, obviously. And then last target. Last target is 2 above next humanoid target. You need that. If you don't have last target, set it and forget it. And use it every
target and then set last target beneficial?
Just last target.
All right. Okay. There.
Yep. So that's 2 above the next humanoid target.
Right.
Just last target. And that's important. Again, all this is very specific because there's a lot of set last target, attack last target. There's all sorts of stuff. But last target, all last target does is it whatever it is you have, we'll set it at, oh, that son of a gun. He went right in. I didn't even, that son of a gun. Because I have my friends list off. Come on, step on it, you son of a gun. He knows better. I can't believe he's not banned. That's ridiculous. Anyhow. Where the heck were we? Last target. What last target does is it drops, so I have this spell, right? I'm cycling through. I'm cycling through these dudes. Oh, okay. I have Arcanius set as my target right now, right? I can run up, boom, hit him. Last target. Just hit that last target. I have mine set to mouse wheel up. So most people, it's kind of a thing. You set mouse wheel down to self, mouse wheel up to last target. But everyone's different though. But that's a pretty common thing. And yeah, it's super sweet. So it's like you have the target, you have the load, caller calls it to one drop, boom, you drop your spell right on him. Any questions on that?
No.
Do you have a attack last target hotkey for initiating a stun?
Yes. Okay. So attack last target is absolutely essential if you're going to be running a stun mage or especially a Dexter mage, in fact, or tank mage. So what you can do, how can I demonstrate this? Here we go. I have Katana now. I'm a Dexter. So what I can do, load up. Okay. And I'm going to put my katana back in my hand. You could set a hotkey to equipped left hand, equipped right hand, and it'll equip to two-hander or one-hander. Definitely recommend that. Anyhow, so cycle through, right? Say I'm gonna go into this packed room full of scary people. Who's my target? Who's my target? Who's my target? Salt miner. So salt miner's my target, right? I'm gonna load up a fireball. And I'm going to equip my sword. I have Salt Miner targeted. So right now, I'm going to attack last target hotkey. Boom. I start attacking him. I keep my spell. This is essential. This is if you're stunning, same thing, same principle. You'd cycle through whatever the target you want to hit. You would attack whatever you want to stun, and you still have your spell. So you could still cycle through. You could drop on a different target, which is a common thing to do. Stun someone else, stun their healer, whatever, and then drop a target. What this means is you don't have to drop your spell to attack someone. Traditionally, if you do like attack gray or attack red or something like that, you would drop your spell on that person, thus taking your weapon off. It's no good. Sometimes, you just don't want to drop your spell at the wrong time. You want to do it at the right time. Like right now, I'm attacking Taco. I still have my spell. And then I'm going to cast on Salt Miner. So I'm still attacking this dude. I'm still attacking Taco Tuesday. Boom. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Taco broke my cast. But right there, I cast on Salt Miner. But I'm still attacking Malvo or Taco Tuesday.
That's fucking great. Hell yeah.
Is there anyone that's not like clear on the potential there? Like before using this, when you try to do a tank mage or a stun mage, you're completely boned because basically you always have to drop your precast to try to attack someone, to try to get the stun or whatever. This allows you to be fluid with it. You're not just like dropping your spell willy-nilly. So yeah, good call on the attack last target. That's a sweet one. Absolutely. Again, it is kind of build dependent. I guess necessarily, but I don't know. I've had attack last target forever, and it's a sweet one. Definitely want it. Couple suggested hotkeys here. Which is it? Do I not have that one on this guy? Hold on. Okay. So right now I have a friends list re-enabled. So if I hit my cycle through, I'm not going to cycle anyone. I am going to be able to cycle through with next. Where's this? Next friend target. So it's right below last target. So this one's good for healing. It doesn't actually target them, so it's a little bit misleading. Like it targets them, but it doesn't highlight them. Whereas with the cycle through, it highlights them. When you're doing friendly, it doesn't highlight them. So it's a little bit spooky, but it does pop the name up. So like if someone's calling out heals, you could switch. You can have you're cycling through people to do a dump, and they're like, "Oh crap, I'm going to die." You drop your spell, you switch to your friendlies, throw a heal down. That's a little bit more technical. We'll get to healing pretty soon here. Anyhow, not tonight, but soon. I'd also suggest the set last target. We already covered that. Yeah. So that's all I have slated for coverage tonight here, folks. There's obviously more to it than what we covered, but this was kind of just the raw foundational stuff that, you're going to want to be using it in field PvP, kind of regardless of your build and regardless of what you're doing.
Okay.
I hope you guys find it helpful. Definitely let me know if you guys have questions or extra feedback, whatever. Feel free to put it in this channel. This is a forum. This is an open thing here. Questions and answers and everything. Like the science of what we're doing here is what we're here to explore. So, yeah.
Sure. Did you record this by any chance? I saw the schedule. Everything was 9:30, so I thought it was 9:30 tonight. And then obviously, today's the only 8:30 class. Did you record this by any chance?
I did not. Did anyone else record this?
No.
I don't know. I am streaming. I have been streaming this whole time. Does it record? Okay. Yeah, I mean the autos should be pretty helpful. I don't know how. I don't even know if there's a way to record this thing.
Not without software.
Hey, Del.
Hello.
Question: when you toggle stun in Razor, it says pre-AOS, so I'm imagining that's correct, but it doesn't seem to be giving any. Should it give a system message or when you toggle? I thought it would say like stun enabled, stun disabled, so that I can catch it and do an overhead.
I think it says you're ready to stun your opponent or something.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah, it does. It says you get yourself ready to stun your opponent.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, mine's not.
Or you decide. So I think it's actually. So let me show you. That's a good one because I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of stun mages. So if you go to this is in hotkeys.
Under special move under MISC special move toggles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So what you want is toggle stun pre AOS.
Yeah, for some reason when I run that, it's not giving me any messages in the client. It's just I would assume it's not doing anything. Oh, I'm an idiot. I had special moves disabled. Ha. Okay, I'm good.
Beauty.
Yeah, I hit enter at some point and was typing like a moron. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. So you can definitely would recommend setting that because then you know like instead of having to like focus on reading the gray text in the bottom, you just get a pop up either like I said color coded. So for mine, I say locked and loaded if I have stun up, and if I have it off, it says turn it on, and I use an orange color for that. So
cool.
Yeah, that's super duper helpful.
Thank you, sir.
You betcha.
Do you use smart targeting at all?
No. I have heard of it, but I try to keep it as raw as possible without kind of gimping myself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ways you can utilize macros and scripts to achieve some crazy shit, but try to keep that stuff to a minimum.
And then Q last target self. Probably don't use that much, or
so that's a good point. Actually, yeah, I did want to touch on that. I don't use those options. The Q last target Q stuff. Where's the Q last target? So if we go to the back in Razor, go to the options tab and then the targeting and Qs tab, sub tab. The Q last target and target self. So that technically most high level PvPers would suggest using this option. It does require that you set up or get really, really cozy with a clear Q hotkey.
Mm-hmm.
What this does is it queues the spells. So like say you have a target set, if you cast the spell, it'll cast it on that target as soon as it comes up. Automatically, every time. So it's technically faster than like human reaction. Even if you're sitting there spamming your last target, like this thing is like game speed quickness. Like in a dual pit, there's no question this is like probably a better option, but it's a completely different play style. Like you have to get really used to clearing your queues and like every time. But yeah, some people love this. So if you use this, go for it and just get used to it because it is dope. Like I fight some of these guys and they definitely have it, and it's like, oh, their spells are landing quicker than mine every time. But if you just spam last target, for the most part, or target self, whatever, like again, the mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, it's not hard to just spam it. But I've also said that to people that use this option, and they suggest getting cozy with it. Entirely up to you guys. But thanks for bringing that up. Definitely did mean to mention that. Who's that? Brownstone?
Yeah, that was me.
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks again.
I used to use it years ago, and I'm pretty rusty now.
Yeah. I can't give you much input on that. Sorry, bud. But there's plenty of guys out there that could, and probably some guys in the channel, in fact. So
I'm just hoping some of it comes back once I get going.
It will come back.
It will for sure. Yeah. Sorry, this is the least exciting of the classes by far. But once we get to it and we start digging into the fundamentals and building on them and stuff. Again, it's all about kind of learning and exploring the science. It's a totally positive environment, no judgment, there's no griefing, no there's all different people at different levels. Irvin, got you guys in on this semester because whatever, I guess he saw something and wanted to give you guys the chance to explore this stuff with us. So it's a group thing. Questions are good because we want to get answers and explore this stuff. Anyhow, I think that's about it for tonight. Did anybody have any questions? Questions, sorry. And please feel free, like anytime.
How about avoiding multiple key presses? So like Alt X for like explosion. Probably steer away from that.
Yeah, you gotta find what's comfortable for you, right? Like again, like my hotkeys are set up in a way that makes sense for me because I just kind of built it over time and did a little research on the internet and stuff. There are a couple like just templates that I've kind of picked up. I'll probably put them into this channel at some point, but pretty straightforward stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 QWERTY, ASDF, like all the standard stuff that you want that to be your bread and butter stuff for the most part. And it's got to feel comfortable in your hand. For some people with certain keyboards, whatever, Alt for me is a little bit wacky, but for some people, maybe their Alt button's a little more accessible. Whatever works for you. Alt Shift keys, Control keys. Now, I use a lot of Control, a lot of shifts, and it gets really confusing. And sometimes in a high pressure situation, I start key fumbling. Just the other day, I was spam healing on a buddy in town, and I hit him with I don't know something, and I got guard whacked. It happens. I was a little tipsy. What are you gonna do? But but so that's why I'm not gonna suggest you use whatever I'm using. But I'll probably throw a couple like a template out here that's kind of standard, and it's all about it's got to be comfortable in your hands. There's no right or wrong here. It's just there are spells and basically the main spells, your potions, and then any other kind of stuff, you got to set up just, all these hotkeys for different targeting and stuff like that. Like you want all that stuff accessible to your hand.
So this is kind of an oddball question, but every now and then, let's say I've got my hotkeys running, and then this might be a keyboard issue, or it might be a Razer issue. That's why I'm asking. It'll be, let's say I have like Alt 1 is all kill, and then F1 is heal. But sometimes my keyboard will mess up where basically anything that I hit over there will try to cast a spell. Is that a resync the client thing, or is that a keyboard issue?
I think what you're getting at, I think, is a keyboard thing. Kind of like ghosting or whatever. Like some keyboards like basically lose input if you hit certain keys that are like in combination with each other. It's called keyboard ghosting, I believe, and that might be what you're getting at. That's what it sounds like, anyway.
Usually, I just end up disabling my hotkeys and then just wipe my hands off. I mean, I'm able to fix it. I just wasn't sure if it could be easily fixed with the Resync client. That's why I brought it. And I didn't know if you covered the Resync client or even if that's a thing anymore. Used to be a bigger deal with the other Razor.
Sure. So Resync client, that's a good point. You definitely want that. So especially lately, don't get me wrong, I love Classic UO, but it seems like in this version of it, I don't know. Like for the most part, it's good, but sometimes you'll go into a dungeon level or something, and it just kind of glitches, and before you know it, you're surrounded by dragons, and it's like, what the hell just happened? They just pop out of nowhere. You want to have your refresh key accessible. I use Control R, but yeah, it's good.
Hey, Doc, can I ask him a question? Who was that was just asking that?
That was Steady.
Does that happen when you're trying to type? Is that what you're saying?
No,
like you're
it'll
sitting there
be
trying to type a sentence. Okay, because I was going to say
it'll.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I mean, no, it isn't when I'm typing.
All right, I was going to say because if you hadn't already had hit enter to type, that fixes that. But I just want to make sure you weren't talking about.
Right. I appreciate it.
I rolled you one, Joshua.
Huh?
Can you roll me one?
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh, man.
Share the wealth, dude.
Just to ruin everybody's excitement, there's cigarettes. I smoke out of bowls, but I roll my own cigarettes.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Word. All right, so I know we covered a lot of stuff here tonight. Again, if anyone has questions or whatever, and whoever did that recording, was that you, Miller?
I think it was Miller.
So it's just audio recording, but that's better than nothing. And
if you have it and I can get a copy, I'd love it because this is literally, for me, one of the most important classes.
Yes, yes.
Dude, no. So that's part of this whole system here, right? The whole point of this is to start at the foundation and build on it. So that's why, like, day one, we go over this stuff. Because, like I said in the beginning of class, these are prerequisites. We're not even started yet. And 2 hours, an hour and a half of straight Classic UO and Razor options. That's it. We haven't even started PvPing yet. But this stuff is core. Like, if you don't have this stuff set up, you're already missing pieces, down the road when we're covering other stuff.
Right.
Yep.
So, but like I also said in the beginning, there's a good chance that not everybody here is going to make it to the end of this. But I really hope you all do, because it's really cool. It's just a really really fun thing to get into. So,
I had one quick question. I know you're about to end it, but what do people do to make sure they get a good save when they close their client? Because sometimes I'll shut down, then go back and UO, and everything I set up is gone.
I close all my games, open one game, set the shit up the way I want it there, and then close that one. Because if you have 3 open at the same time or 2, it fucks you.
Yeah. Everyone suffers from that, my man.
Well, Razor has
hit
save the profile.
The save profile does help. So if you have the
it messes up sometimes too, though, if you have multiples.
Well, it'll also mess up if you crash. If the client crashes, like basically any changes since the last time, it'll just if the client crashes. I mean, but yeah, it's also just buggy. Like it depends the order you close them or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just like the other guy said, if you got to set stuff up, just open one client, set it all up, close it, and then move on.
And make sure you're not using the same profile on multiple characters.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope everyone's aware that if you go to in Razor, you go to the general, and there's a clone, right? So yeah, use that. Like you can clone it and then adjust it and set basically any characters you're going to be playing on the regular. Make their own distinct profile because there's always going to be something different about it. Whether it boils down to like a mount dismount macro, you need to set it to a different mount. Things like that. Like you just don't just lump everything into a single profile because you're just setting yourself up for a lot of complications later on. Yeah. Good point.
Are you married to the same scavenger agent for every?
Yes.
You can't change those for individuals, right? You're just stuck with it for one.
No, you could have it for individual.
Well,
under agent?
Scavenger?
You can set different scavengers, right? No, you can only do one. Yes.
No, but
just married to
each
one.
profile has its own scavenger.
Yes. It is profile specific. Yep.
I must have cloned it. That's why. Okay. Yeah, I think I cloned all of mine off of the original, so that's why they all have the same. That's why. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing, guys. Like this is a learning environment here, right? So, like I didn't cover everything here. So yeah, feel free. If people got stuff they want to add to the conversation, feel free. We're all just looking to learn here.
Well, do you reckon you could post a list of the spells that you think are key to have hotkeys for?
Oh gosh. Well, okay. So
You don't need to do it now, but just like maybe in the chat function or something, just chuck down, particularly around the buffs and debuffs that you think really should have a hotkey for.
Right. So I'll post a good one. I'll tell you what. I'll post a good one first, okay? And this is by no means a complete. It's just kind of a rough summary. You're going to have stuff mixed in between. You're going to have your own things you want to have set up. Your controls, your shifts, set up macros for popping, going through clicking gates, whatever. You're going to have all sorts of other stuff outside of this, but this is like a foundation. So I just posted it in the chat there. That is an example of a pretty well thought out one. I'll post you something along the lines of what I use. And I don't suggest this, but you can kind of work something along those lines. People have looked at this and thought I'm like fucking nuts, like this is retarded. But I don't know. I've had it for a long time. And again, it's not complete. There are some things in between. Like harm spell, I got rid of that because I simply never used the spell, so I changed that up. Like that's just what I based my loadout off of. But again, I don't suggest that necessarily. The first one I think is way better.
Also, if you ever forget your hotkeys, you can type > sign hotkeys in game, and a gump will pop up with all your hotkeys.
What?
Yep.
That doesn't work for me for some reason.
You might have to update your client then.
Oh, here it did work. Cool. So it's on my screen. I'm still streaming. So I did that hotkeys and hit enter. Oh, that's more than one. How about that? Neat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is newer. But yeah, these are my things.
What was the key combination again to get that?
So yeah, it's typed out in the chat. So you just type that into the game and it pops that up. Pretty handy. I haven't looked at this yet myself. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, that's my setup. It's fucking horrific, so don't use it. But whatever. Shoot. Did anybody have any other questions or anything else to add tonight?
No. I will though.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Irvin regrets not being able to be here tonight, but I hope I was able to serve the function. He's looking very forward to working with all you and digging into this stuff. So,
Oh, can you add to the Guildstone, by the way?
I cannot. No, that is a good point. So everyone's going to want to get guilded up.
Irvin said that he would get to everybody as needed. You know what I'm saying? Because he did have a family emergency tonight, so he'll be getting to everybody.
No, he can't add me to the Guildstone. I'm throwing my notes away.
All right.
Okay.
Don't shoot the messenger now. Come on now. I'll hit you with a scribe pen.
All right. Well, cool. Well, again, thanks everyone for showing up here. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week and whatnot. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
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 Cool.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your knowledge, sir.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.